In this very special episode of What Doin', we go back to my roots in White Earth, Minnesota, where I get to introduce Deb to more of the family. We pay our respects to some of the family that she never got to meet, and we'll take you along for a quick little hike that kind of bugged me, and we'll give you a look at White Earth Powwow. Come on along. Welcome to What Doin'. We're Deb and Aaron, two retirees originally from Washington State who love to travel the country, make new friends, have new adventures, scuba dive, hike, cook, and just about anything outdoors. Come along for the ride. You never know what kind of crazy adventures we're going to get mixed up in, and you never know what doing. We made it into Mahnomen, Minnesota, and set up our base camp at the Shooting Star Casino Campground. It's part of the White Earth Band of the Chippewa tribe. The White Earth is the largest one of 6 of the Chippewa bands that make up the Minnesota Chippewa tribes. In the days leading up to powwow, we enjoyed listening to some good music at the Mustang Lounge and playing some slots. But they didn't take all of our money. Here's a little look at the hike that bugged me, and I guess I should explain a little bit about why.
We're hiking the Oza Windib Trail, northern Minnesota, to Deer Creek. This is going to be one of the fastest trails we've ever done, I think. Reminds me a lot of being back home in Washington. In fact, it's a lot like Darlin Creek Preserve, with one big change. The skeeters are terrible. That's why we're going a little faster than what we probably normally would. Just trying to keep from getting bit up and trying to keep from eating too many of them as you're breathing heavy running down the trail. But it's pretty. So you know how I always say at the end of every hike, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. This is another good example. It's 75, 80 degrees out here. A little bit humid. But a different message for this hike. Bug spray, bug spray, bug spray. Did you bug spray up, hon?
Yeah.
and the net.
Hey, nothing stops us.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Beautiful.
We had planned to walk down to the boat docks and have a look around, but I haven't been in bugs this bad since my old wildland firefighting days. And I didn't like them then either.
We don't normally do the Chevy Chase things on our hike. Okay, let's go. But today we're gonna do it. But man, what a beautiful place. Myrtle Lake, if you get there, bring bug spray.
The trail is pretty too. It really is.
Beautiful trail. Beautiful area.
It's a good trail though.
A lot of bugs.
The Douglas Lodge was built in 1905 and has a restaurant serving classic food with an emphasis on Minnesota ingredients. But the hours are very limited. You can even stay in the grounds of the Itasca State Park.
We made it back. 3.5 miles.
3.8. We're taking every penny of it.
3.8. About 4 miles an hour, which for us is humping right along. We're normally, on a good pace is 3 miles an hour. On a photographic pace is about 0.8 miles per hour. Not a whole lot of pictures on this one. Not a whole lot of video, but a lot of bugs. Cool trail. Bring bug spray if you come up to the Douglas Lodge and do any of the hikes around here, but man, is it beautiful. Time to go get some lunch and hydrate. See ya.
Here's another thing that Itasca State Park is famous for, and it's a lot less buggy.
So we've been across it a bunch. You've seen in some of our other videos and travels that we've gone over the Mississippi River, and we're gonna cross it one more time. This time we're gonna walk across on the bridge. Well, it's not really much of a walk because at this point, here's the Mississippi River. We all gotta start somewhere, right?
The name Mississippi comes from a loose translation of the Chippewa Ojibwe word Kitchizibi, meaning father of waters. It stays just as crowded today as it was back in the 60s and 70s when I came here with my family as a kid. There's several good spots where you can walk across the Mississippi or just take a break like Jake and Alyssa did and beat the heat playing in the water. The Mississippi drops 1,475 feet and runs 2,552 miles on its journey to its end near Venice, Louisiana. Maybe next year we'll visit the end of the river, but for now, it's time to head back for powwow. The Chippewa powwow celebrates and preserves the culture of the Chippewa people through song, dance, and social interaction. Competitions are held each year for song, dance, and drumming by juniors all the way through to the elders. It's a true celebration of heritage traditions that are passed down from generation to generation. Powwow is attended and represented by all 6 bands of the Chippewa tribe and is open to the general public as a way to share spiritual and religious significance of the tribes. The competitions begin with the grand entry, where all dancers enter the parade grounds and dance their tribe's special dance.
Tell your story, people. Tell your story.
Each band has a drum and singing team that compete throughout the weekend. They're assigned different songs and must perform them for the ongoing dance competitions. The bands have dancers competing from juniors all the way through to the elders. The Chippewas always give special recognition to the veterans and first responders of the tribe. Each family of a veteran or law enforcement officer killed in the line of duty has an American flag that flies over the parade grounds. At the closing of powwow, there's a ceremony to lower, fold, and present the flag to the surviving family members. Many of the dancers wear very colorful headdresses and regalia. The women's dresses are called jingle dresses and were originally made with the lids from chewing tobacco cans. It was always one of my mom's dreams before she passed away to be able to attend powwow and dance in her jingle dress. Another big part of Chippewa tradition is wild rice. This year, the special treat was interesting and super delicious. It was wild rice with strawberries and blueberries, whipped cream, and walnuts. It made an amazing parfait. And you can't beat the Indian fry bread pizza. So let me explain a little bit about the wild rice. In the White Earth Nation sit several lakes. Rice Lake is one of those, and my family has been harvesting rice here for generations in exactly the same way.
So this is Lower Rice Lake. It's where about 80% of the wild rice in Minnesota comes from. One of my uncle's favorite places to come to get wild rice. You have to do it in a permit draw, so it's like in Washington where you have the lottery for hunting. It's a lottery for which lake you get to harvest the wild rice in for the tribe. The canoes are here. It's all done by hand. You have one stick that you pull the bam or the rice shoots over. The other stick you use to knock the rice off into the bottom of the boat. But it's all rice all out there.
There's a ton of ways to cook the rice, and each recipe I've found is just a little bit better than the one before. Luckily, as an elder, I get a discount, and we brought back a whole bunch to store in Raven for future meals. Family is also something that's very important to the Chippewas, and Deb got to meet more of the family on this trip. It was really special in that she was greeted by a heron. The heron in Chippewa culture is a powerful and sacred symbol demonstrating the positive qualities like patience, wisdom, and self-reliance. Deb has always loved herons, and now that connection is even more special. My Aunt Janet still lives on Strawberry Lake, where the family is from. Aunts, uncles, cousins, and my mom used to love fishing here. My mom would have been 84 this month, Happy heavenly birthday, Mom. This one's for you and the rest of those in the Cogger family that are no longer with us.